Hey, what's up everybody? This video is actually for people who are normally watching my videos, who are subscribed to the channel, and then for those of you who are just here for the SGC content. For those of you who watch the videos normally, this isn't the normal current event stuff, finance, travel, stuff that I put up. This is just a hobby of mine, sports card collecting, and then sending the cards off to get graded, meaning they get an individual who looks at them and assigns a numerical grade to them. So if you're looking for the current event stuff, then this video is different. So this may not be what you're looking for. Just got to throw that out there for you guys. You know me, I'm always honest with my stuff. But perhaps some of you will be interested in this. Perhaps some of you collect yourself and you're wondering what's going on with this, right? Now, for those of you who are here just for the graded content, my channel normally isn't this. So I would say, oh, if you just found this channel, if you're liking the video I put out and you think it's something interesting and you're like, oh, let me subscribe, or I want to see the predictions and then I want to see what the grades look like when he opens up the box, I would say just don't subscribe. Hey, just being honest with you guys, because this is just a small part of what I do. And I only have 2 orders with SGC, and I probably won't do another one till next year sometime. So the point is, there's a lot of people out there with a lot more content on the subject, and I probably have a lot more expertise. They put out all the videos, the how-tos, what to look for. So those are channels where you want to watch, not mine. Now, this will be the prediction video. In a couple days, I'm going to actually open up the box and then put that video out as well. So if you're interested in that, and then I'll do the same for my next order when it comes in. Just maybe, bookmark the channel or something, or come back to it. Maybe in a couple weeks or 3 weeks to 4 weeks, I'll have the other order back. But let me cover this for you guys real quick. Let me get down to the nitty gritty because this is why you're here. So SGC got my order May 18th. I shipped it USPS. It took a few business days to get over to Florida from California. So May 18th, they got the order in terms of when they logged it in. It took them about 2 business days from the time they received it in Florida to actually log it in and send me the email. So that was pretty quick. And this is for my first order. For the second order, which will be a separate video later on, they took 3 business days. So again, that's still pretty good. I'm pretty patient with stuff. Maybe a lot of individuals aren't, in terms of comments I've read on the subject. When do I get my cards back? How long is it going to take? So I would just say be patient with it. But 2 to 3 business days, we'll say, for them to actually receive it in Florida and then log it in, and then you get the email saying, we've got your order. Some specifics about the order. It was 80 cards. In the video you're about to see, I went through 82 cards. I ended up kicking a couple of the Alonzo Mourning Topps rookies out. I didn't feel they were up to par. So I took a couple of those out, 80 card submission, and the cost for that here is, I'm looking at the order itself here, the cost was $735. I had a promo discount code way back when, and that $735 included $55 for return shipping. So 80 cards, to get those back based on the value I put in for the cards, $735. $55 for that return shipping. $680 to get the cards graded. $735 total. Blah, blah, blah. Went too fast, right? So $55 for shipping, $680 to get the cards graded, $735 total for the 80 card order. Quick side note. There are a lot of videos I've seen on YouTube where individuals talk about how they go about valuing their cards when they're inputting those. For me, all I did, and this isn't necessarily how you should do it, just this is what I did. I just put the value of the cards as what I paid for them, raw. Whatever I paid for it, that's what I put down as the value. May 18th, as I said, they logged the order in. September 18th, I got the email saying, hey, your stuff is ready. It's coming back your way. Here's the tracking number. So 4 months on the nose from the time when they ended up logging it in to the time they said, hey, we're done with it. It's coming back your way. So 4 months, I went ahead and I counted, subtracted holidays and obviously weekends. So it was 85 business days, and that was a 20 business day order. So 85 business days. Again, 80 cards, not a bulk order. And that's just to give you guys a heads up in terms of time frame, because when it was July, I was getting into July, and I started looking at people's videos, looking at the comments, and some of the people in the comments were like, hey, I'm at like 40 something business days. I'm at 50 something. Even some people were in the 60s at that time. So once I saw that, then that's when the patience kind of set in more. I was like, okay, forget it. It'll get done when it gets done. I'll get the email. So I really didn't check the SGC site out anymore after that, which leads me to this. For those of you who have submitted or haven't, you can track it along the way, and it should update when they get it, when it's getting processed, etc. There's a couple steps they show you there. Once we got into July, I stopped looking at the site. Didn't look anymore. I was like, okay, it's going to be a while, so I'm not going to sit there and stalk it every day. I really just tried to forget about it. And my wife even, when I got the email on the 18th, because I told her about it, because she knows I've been waiting. And she's like, oh, you know you want to open the email and see your grades and everything like that and see the scans, because I told her what you can do with the email, that you can see your grades ahead of time. And I was like, no. I'm just going to open it up on camera so I can be surprised, happy, disappointed. So anyway, that's what it's going to be. So I'm going to put that video up a couple days after this one. It's September 21st right now when I'm filming this. I'll put the video up on September 22nd. September 21st, I actually got a note on my door from USPS that the order had arrived. I wasn't here to sign for it, so I'll go pick it up in the morning on the 22nd. And then, like I said, probably, say, this weekend, later on, maybe like Thursday, Friday night, I'll go ahead and open that up on camera and then post a video over the weekend sometime so you guys can see how the grades came out. So check back for that if you want to see the predictions versus the actual grades. I know more people probably care about the grades themselves and, you know, all that stuff. And one final note. This is just for me. I talk about this in the video a little bit. I know we all want our cards to be 10s, but think about your time you're putting in, your money, because it's not cheap, $8, $9, $10 a card with SGC. You're waiting for them to come back. I know we all have wishful thinking, right? For me, I'm hoping I undergraded these cards because the way I did it, I wanted to be honest with myself in a way and just say, hey, look for any possible reason why this wouldn't be a 10. And this is especially for cards where if you get them graded in a 10, they're worth $100, $110, $120. But if it's a 9, then it's only worth $10, $15, to where it's a situation where you don't want to be in a situation where you're overestimating the grade, and then you get the thing back and you're like, oh wow, I just wasted $10 because for the $10 I paid, I can only sell this thing for $12. Then we take away fees and shipping and all that stuff, then you end up with a net loss. So the only thing I would say, and I talk about this with people when I'm talking about finance videos or fitness, workouts, anything, I just say, be realistic, be harsh with it, get that magnifying glass, get a good light where you can sit there and look at the thing and look for scratches, look at the corners. This is your time I'm talking about, and this is your money. So be harsh. Look for any reason why that 10 might be a 9.5, might be a 9, why that 9 might be an 8.5, and possibly looking at the values, why you might just say, let me hold off on grading that one for now. All right, I think I've talked enough. I have some little notes there in the video that also talk about the time frame and demonstrate that just as a refresher for you guys. But let's get into it. Prediction time. And like I said, by this weekend, I'll have opened up the box and then posted the video up there for the actual grade so you guys can take a look at that video as well. So here we go. Hey, what's up everybody? Just preparing an 82 card order. Going to send this off to SGC. Going to go card by card and just do a little grade prediction for posterity's sake. It's been a long time since I've had any cards graded. I actually have my collection, put it away for about 7 or 8 years, and with all the hype surrounding cards and everything, I went ahead and I opened it up and took a look and saw what I had. So this is what I pulled out. There'll be several videos, but this is what I got. Nothing super high end. Alonzo Mourning here, 92 tops. With these cards, there's 1, 2. I know you can't see the surfaces this way, but you can at least see the centering. There's a third one. And number 4. With these ones, it looked like I saw some cracking in the, like within the photo itself. Like the paint, or I shouldn't say the paint, but the ink. And with that, I'm thinking that maybe those would come in at a 9. It's not surface scratching. Didn't send any of those surface scratched cards in. But I'm thinking they might come in at a 9. This Iverson here, 96, 97 tops. Really nice card. Again, I want to say maybe a 9 on that one. I think it had like slight little fuzzing on one of the corners. This Kobe here, 96, 97 Skybox. It's got some whitening along the edge a little bit. I think with this one, I didn't write any of this down when I was flipping through these. I'm thinking maybe it was a 7 or an 8 on that one. Another Kobe rookie here. A little white up in this corner. A little white up in that corner. A little white up in that corner too. There you go. You can see it there. Let's try to get that other corner in focus. See that? See that? Bottom looks pretty solid. Maybe an 8 on that one also. See some whitening. You can see it up there in the corner. Pretty solid looking card though. I think I see a little white here on the bottom. Again, maybe like an 8 on that one. Now I haven't, as I said, I haven't sent cards off in a long time, so not really familiar with what their grading standards are going to be. You got a Skybox Premium here, rookie. See a little white up in here, up in that corner. Everything else looks pretty solid. I'm actually, when I'm looking at these, I'm looking at it upside down. Yeah, that one looks pretty solid. Maybe an 8 on that one also, maybe a 8.5. Flair Ultra rookie. Corner here is a little rougher than some of the others, so looks like down here too. Maybe even a 7, 7.5 on that one, relatively to the others. Again, I don't know what their grading standards are, but I tried to grade these pretty harsh. Fleer Metal Fresh Foundation, 96, 97. Again, maybe an 8 territory. I'm hoping that I'm reading the grades right on these to where what I pulled out for grading, another Fleer Metal here, 96, 97. I'm hoping that what I pulled out was at least in the 8 range. So I try to be harsh on these. Like a little whitening here along the top. Let me hold that there. Go over in here. So again, maybe an 8 on that one. Another Fresh Foundation card. Again, pretty solid. A little bit of whitening up in here. A little bit on this corner down here too. So again, maybe an 8. Metal edge here. Pretty solid. Maybe this corner up here. Excuse me, this one. Or a little bit of whitening on both. All right, no more Kobe's for now. Upper Deck Black Diamond Title Quest Terrell Davis. Love this card. It's numbered actually 58 to 100. You can see there on the back. This card was pretty solid. I thought I might have saw a little surface scratch on here, on this part, so maybe that takes it to an 8. I'm not sure if I saw it correctly though. It's Brett Favre, Z Team from 95 Pinnacle. This one looked solid. I thought this was a 10. I wouldn't send this in if it wasn't, but I like the card itself. Look at that. The Terrell Davis on-card autograph from Topps. Autographed, say autograph issue, it says here. 97 Topps there. It's a 59 mantle. Beautiful. Look at that card. I mean, its corners are perfect. That's got to be a 10. Back the truck up, right? No, it's actually trimmed. I know it's trimmed. So I'm going to send it in just to get it authenticated. Jordan metal. 96, 97. Really solid card. Maybe a little whitening in the lower corner here. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see that. There you go. See that little whitening there? So maybe an 8.5, 9 on that one. Jordan metallized. This one really looks pretty solid. So maybe a 9 on that. And obviously I'll put the video up when I get these back. 97, 98 Jordan Metal Universe. You know the card. Really solid card too. I think it's a little whitening up here. Maybe a little bit on the corners. So hoping to get that in an 8. 96, 97 Kobe Fleer rookie. This one looks really solid. I don't see anything here, maybe a little corner. So hopefully a 9 on that one. Oh, this card, I really like this one. This one was really solid. I kept trying to find something wrong with it. I couldn't see any whitening in the corners at all on this one. So I'm hoping this guy comes back in a 10. I actually have a second one here in the stack, but it looked like one of the corners on the other had a little whitening on it. But so that one's the better of the two. All right, so we got another Skybox Premium here. Again, this one looks really solid. I don't see anything here. So hopefully a 9 or a 10 on that one. 93, 94 Ultra Scoring King Jordan. You know the card. It's got white touches on the corners here. Lower corner here too. Looks like it has a little whitening there. Again, the angle I'm not really showing you much, but 7 or 8. I'd be happy if that came back as a 7, 7.5, 8. Hoops Jordan Skyview. This card was really solid. I think I might have saw like a little, like a tiny whitening under there. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that, but, and then maybe like a little whitening on the inside here. So maybe a 9 or a 10 would be great on this card. There's the back of it. Should love that card. There's a Member's Choice Stadium Club Jordan. It's a 92, 93, right? Yeah. I don't really see anything on it. It'd be great to see that in a 9, 9.5, or a 10. Jordan All-Star sticker. These are impossible to get centered, you know that. This one looks like, I mean, this was the best of the one I had, and still it looked like it might have a little bit of it. A little, like centering off just a little tiny bit, or maybe a little white dot right there. Let me see if I can get that on the camera for you. There you go. I think you saw it right there. You see it? So, again, maybe a 9 on that. It doesn't distract, obviously, from the card. It's tough to spot. Jordan Fleer. Hopefully this is a 10. Thing looks pretty beautiful to me. Hopefully it's a 10. I love this card too. It's a Fleer Ultra. It's a 98, 99 gold medallion edition. Look at him flushing. Is that, I think that's Oakley, right? The light's really picking up on that one. See if I can, there you go. Beautiful card though. I didn't see anything wrong on it. Maybe like the slightest white on one of the corners. Here's the back for you guys. Another one of these Fleer cards. Again, hopefully these are 10s. I really scrutinized everything I had and tried to pick out only the best ones. Same thing with this Hoops card. All-Star, hopefully that's a 9 or a 10. Another Fleer there. Hopefully I get the centering right and we can get that in a 10. Got some Frank Thomas here. 90 Fleer update. This one I thought would be a 10. Got a couple that I thought would be pretty much 10s because the centering looks so good and the corners are nice and sharp. And then these two here, I think the centering might be a little off, top to bottom. So maybe it's a 9. Same thing with this one here. When I look at these, I think there's this hope that, speaking of hope, high hopes, Kevin Garnett, Skybox 97, excuse me, 95, 96. This card's really solid. I might see a little bit of whitening over in this corner. See it? There you go. So maybe that knocks it down to a 9. But with these cards, I really start off, I think we all have that hope, right? Jordan Hardwood out of 96, 97 Fleer. Again, maybe a slight whitening in the corner. But I think we all hope they're 10s, right? Stadium Club Shaq Rookie. Member's Choice. Didn't really see too much wrong with this, so hopefully this one comes back in like a 9.5 or a 10. KG Collector's Choice Rookie Card. Upper Deck. Solid card. It's got this thing here where I was kind of debating not sending it. It's kind of like this grayish color. You see that? It's just colored, right? It's not like a stain or anything like that. It looked like some ink or how it came out. So I kind of debated not sending that one in. I don't know. We'll send it in. It'll probably come back as an 8 though. If it does, at least I'll know why. Jordan again. I actually got these out of I bought several rack boxes of those a long time ago when they used to be really cheap. I think I ended up getting like 3 rack boxes for under $100, and you know how it's been lately. People have gone crazy over the Jordan stuff. Nuts and Bolts Jordan. Looks pretty solid. Again, maybe like the slightest whitening over in that corner. So hopefully a 9. Mr. Griffey here. The rookies, Don Russ. Looks pretty solid. I couldn't tell if maybe one of these corners had like the slightest bit of rounding. And the centering, it doesn't look like it's 50-50 to me. It looks like it's off a couple percentage points, maybe like 55-45, 53-47, something like that. But so hopefully a 9 or a 10 on that one. A bunch of Frank Thomas here, 1990 score. These are all solid. Hopefully I picked these right and these come out 10s. 9s at least, but hopefully 10s like those Jordan Fleers. So we got 2. There's 3. Centering on this one maybe knocks it to a 9. That was 4. 5. And 6. Another Griffey. Don Russ rookie. Again, maybe the corner down here. Maybe like the slightest bit of rounding. I know it's impossible to tell. Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, when I get these cards, I got another KG High Hopes. Maybe a little whitening, a couple little spots along the bottom, so maybe that knocks it down to a 9. I try to make it not be a 10, right? So I scrutinize it really hard. Jordan, I thought this card was pretty pristine. Surface-wise, everything else, but you can see the centering's off a little bit. Top to bottom looks all right, but it's off a little, just to one side. You see here it's a little thicker. So what do you think that is, 55, maybe 60? So maybe a 9 on that one. Jordan Fleer. Center is pretty solid, hopefully a 10. 96, 97 Ultra Jordan, full court, excuse me. Little whitening in the corner there. So maybe an 8.5 or a 9. Kobe Flair Ultra rookie. think I see a little whitening up here, and then maybe a little down here. Yeah, I scrutinized these cards. I must have went over them 4 or 5 times just trying to knock them out of 10 territory. Obviously some you know right away, like if you see that whitening up in the corner, you know that's not going to be a 10, but ones that are borderline submittable, like the Jordan Fleer or the Frank Thomas, if they're in an 8, got some whitening up here in this corner. I was pretty much submitting all the Kobe's if they looked like they were 8 and above, just to get them into a holder. A little bit of whitening here too, up here, and then maybe a little bit in the corners. But if it looked like an 8 or above with the Kobe's, I would just, like I said, I just wanted to get them submitted. Here, got a little whitening on this, up in the corner here maybe. Sometimes it's hard to tell. You never know how the card is cut and what they look at. Oh, I like this card. Maybe a little, I like that in the background. That's why I always love these metal cards. I'm sure you like them too. A lot of the designs here. So a little whitening maybe up there in the corner. So maybe a 9 on that one. A couple Jordan Hoops cards. This one looked pretty good. I'm hoping this one gets a 10. Centering's pretty solid. Centering's solid on this one too. I thought I might have saw a little bit of white, so maybe a 9 on this one. 94-95 Flair Jordan. Pretty solid there. I don't really see too much on this one, so hopefully we can get a 10 on this guy. Another Kobe upper deck. Again, pretty solid, maybe a little whitening. Be great to see a 9 on that one. Got a Shaquille O'Neal Franchise Futures. 95-96 Fleer. This one also looked really good, so I'm hoping for a 9 on that one at least. Finest Shaq. This was the 93 set. 93-94. Centering's pretty solid. You never know how they're going to, like, they may see some kind of surface thing that you didn't see, right? These finest cards are tough. Same thing with this one. Centering's not quite as good on this one, so maybe this one gets a grade lower. But really beautiful cards. Love those cards too. Shaquille O'Neal, 92, 93, Topps All-Star, so that's got to be a 93, right? Yeah, 93, 94. So Topps Gold All-Star, Shaquille O'Neal. Looks solid, but the centering top to bottom is off, so I think that's going to knock it down into 9 territory. Metal Universe Shaquille O'Neal, 97, 98. Solid card. I don't see anything on it. Hopefully we can get a 9 on that one at least. Kobe Bryant, 97, 98, base card. I thought this one was perfect. That's why I sent it in. To me, this really looked like a 10. Hopefully I didn't miss something on the surface, but nice card. Love to see that action shot, right? Who's that? Eric Piatkowski? Eric Piatkowski? Excuse me. Who's this over here? Is that Bo Outlaw? Is that who that is? So, got a Grant Hill. 1994-95 Topps. Draft pick rookie card here. Looks pretty good. I thought I might have saw a little something on one of the corners. Maybe puts it into a 9. There's that second McGrady I was talking about, the Metal Universe. Yeah, I see a little bit of whitening on this one over here. And maybe over here. You can clearly see this one though, right? So maybe an 8 or 9 on that one. Got a couple Kobe Topps rookies, 96, 97 with this one. Perfect. Looks perfect all around. Centering's great. What I did see though, after looking at it like 8 million times, is you can see the slight, let me point at it, slight little print defect right there. me try to zoom in as much as I can. See that? That little tiny halo there? So we'll see how they grade that. Maybe, hopefully it comes back an 8. Second Kobe, more solid. I didn't see anything surface-wise, but centering looks a little bit out of 50-50 range. It looks a little thicker here. Excuse me, what is that? A little bit thicker on this side, I should say. So maybe 55, 50. So an 8 would be great. A 9 would be really great. Got a bunch more Zoes here. These ones, the surface was actually really solid, so centering may be off a little on that one. So we've got 1, good centering on that one, maybe top to bottom's off a little bit. 2, same thing here, centering maybe a little top to bottom. 3, so 3 of those should be 9s. Hopefully we can get a 10 out of there. If we get 1 10 out of there, I'd be happy. Or then to finish it off, we got 4 Griffey upper decks. These were the best ones that I picked out. Hopefully, again, I'm picking the centering. Hopefully I'm seeing the centering right. So hopefully these all come back in 9 or maybe a 10. If we get 1 10 or 2 10s out of here, that'd be great, out of these 4. There we go. So that was 82 cards, if I counted correctly. Now I get to do the joyful part of entering these in and preparing these to ship. Once I get closer to getting the cards back, I'll go ahead and post this video. I'm shooting it in advance, but I'll post this video. And then once I get the cards back, we'll go ahead and check the grades out. I won't look at the email first, but we'll go ahead and look at the cards once they arrive and then see how good the predictions were. Again, hopefully most of these are 8s. And then for some of the kind of lower end stuff, hopefully that'll come back in like 8s and 9s, to where at least it's worth sending in the cards for grading. So, all right, thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.